here in the city of Columbus, and we are very excited today to give an update on some great work that's been taking place with rebooting what many folks remember as the Police Athletic League, PAL. But we're talking about PAL 2.0, and we're bringing police and fire into the action and as part of this collective effort. And so I want to thank Char Barnes, Director Reese in the Columbus Recreation and Parks Department, Assistant Chief Potts in the Columbus Division of Police, the Department of Neighborhoods, Chief Happ, Jeff Happ, who is our fire chief, who's kind of leading the charge on the side of our Division of Fire. So we're here on this beautiful day to announce an exciting new partnership that uses sports as a vehicle to connect our officers and our firefighters with young people across the community. It's called currently the Columbus Police Athletic League. My guess is some firefighters are going to want to add some words to that as well, but we'll get to that because police and fire have never been working closer together than they have been under the leadership of Chief Bryan and Chief Happ, and so we'll figure that out. It really helps us leverage the resources of police, rec and parks, fire, neighborhoods to engage with our youth on the court, on the field, in gymnasiums, and through other recreational programs. The idea is to meet our community, in this case our young people, where they are at, fostering the kind of trust, understanding, and support we hope will serve as the basis for lasting and positive personal relationships throughout our city. Sports are a great unifier. People from all backgrounds come together to compete, hone their skills, form new bonds, and establish healthy habits and productive behaviors. All of this contributes to personal growth and professional success, and a better understanding of and appreciation for those who hail from different walks of life. By providing a fun and safe environment for our young people and a place for our police officers and our firefighters to interact with them, we're breaking down traditional boundaries while expanding and deepening the return on investment for our youth. And it's not a bad recruitment tool either. If we have these young men and women fall in love with police and firefighters and have meaningful relationships with them, they're going to be far more likely to consider careers as first responders, hopefully right here in the city of Columbus. Through PAL, our officers and firefighters will be in a position to impart invaluable skills and education that touch on many aspects of life beyond athletics, serving as mentors and role models and empowering our youth to become leaders in their homes, in their schools, and in their communities. This program will kick off with Recreation and Parks Youth Basketball Program this winter, and additional sports will be added to the slate of programs in the coming months. To talk more about this partnership and how we'll be deploying PAL throughout Columbus, it's my pleasure to introduce Char Barnes, one of our incredible program managers at Rec and Parks. Char?
Good afternoon. My name is Charnon Barnes. I'm with the Columbus Recreation and Parks Department, and I'm the Youth Sports Manager. So we are super thrilled to be partnering with the Columbus Division of Police and other community partners such as the Department of Neighborhoods to launch the Columbus Police Athletic League. Through this partnership, we are excited to offer youth opportunities for education, for athletics, life skills, and any sort of leadership skills that we are able to offer. The PAL will initially start out, like the mayor said, with basketball, but we're going to initially, we'll start with basketball, but we will add other sports as we go on. So we'll be adding basketball, soccer, flag football, baseball, softball, boxing, which I know everyone's super excited about. And then we'll start to add on other ones in the following years, like tennis, lacrosse, and volleyball. We're also looking to start this program at 5 of our local rec centers. So we'll have one in the north, east, south, and west sides. And then, of course, Blackburn here, which is our central location. We're very excited to be able to offer this program to kids around the city and give them an opportunity to get to know our officers and firefighters and learn those life skills. The volunteers for this program will start out as our police and firefighters. However, anybody in our community can be a volunteer. So if you know anybody that's interested, please visit our website. We're excited to have you. We want as many folks involved with our kids as possible. And through this program, we'll be training every officer and every firefighter and all volunteers in our 5 core components, which will be the youth sports philosophy for the Columbus Recreation and Parks, any sort of sports-specific training that we have. So basketball, we'll do basketball training. We will also be working with social emotional learning to work with kids in your community, and teaching and modeling empathy, which is going to be super important for the kids that we have. So I appreciate your time, and I look forward to this program starting. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Ginther. Thank you, Chief Happ. Thank you, Director Reese. Thank you, Shar. Police Athletic League is near and dear to my heart, as well as Chief Bryant. We both, at some tenure in our time in Detroit Police Department, we both oversaw the PAL program. And so we know how important this program is in connecting with the youth, building relationships, and reducing crime. And so I'm excited, but I really want to thank the police officers. This program does not become effective unless you have willing officers who want to volunteer to partner with the youth and create not only meaning relationships, but legacy relationships, so that they then will tell their friends and their families about how Police Athletic League helped to build them into better men and women for Columbus. Excited is not a word, I'm ecstatic. I'm ecstatic to partner with Columbus Recreation Parks Department and our other departments. This is such an exciting time to be an assistant chief in the Columbus Division of Police. We have been hoping that Police Athletic League was going to be brought back to Columbus. And again, thank you, Mayor Ginther, for making that happen. We understand the importance of officers continuing to strengthen that bridge in the community, but doing it in a way where their uniforms are secondary. What these children will learn is that police officers are just like them, their mom and dads, their aunts and uncles, their cousins, and they have some of the same struggles that these children will face in Columbus. And so our opportunity, and thank you, Director Reese, we've talked many times about the importance of continuing that connection, having a really great relationship with fire, having a really great relationship with Parks and Rec, and I'm just excited to get started so that we can talk about this, and we won't be just talking about it starting, but we'll be talking about success stories coming out of PAL. You may have a assistant police chief or a police chief that will be sitting in those stands working with those police officers. So thank you again.
Well, first of all, you all know I'm vertically challenged, so I have to pull down the mic a little bit. But let me say we are excited as we provide opportunities for all of our youth. This is something that we couldn't do without partners. It's so important that we reach out to our internal partners as well as our external partners. But youth have an opportunity to really look for something different, and that is basic life skills. How do we provide that? And challenges that police are not only going through, but that our young people are going through. The pandemic's taught us an awesome time of what we endure from day to day, but this provides an opportunity for us to really communicate, reach out, and interact with each other on how we can work together to make Columbus a vibrant, a more resilient, and a rise-up city. So we thank you, Mayor Ginther. We thank you, Assistant Chief Potts, Shar, who's awesome, Jack. Thank you so much, and I turn it over to Mayor Ginther. As I see Chief Bryant coming in, thank you so much, Chief, for being here. Thank you all.
Hey, Chief. Thanks. Chief Bryant, thanks for joining us. Assistant Chief Potts have been holding it down, so we'll do it all right. But thrilled to have you here. And I know this is a big part of your vision, the vision of Chief Happ. I'm so glad to have police and fire working together on this. And so this isn't just an opportunity for our active duty, full-time sworn officers, but also retirees. So we're really going to be reaching out to folks across the community because there's a great opportunity here to build meaningful relationships, build trust and confidence, create a pipeline for first responders, Columbus kids to become police officers and firefighters of tomorrow, continuing to make our neighborhood safe. Everybody's got a PAL story. So Greg Fears was just a martial arts phenom, and Danny and Eddie and Christina, even my deputy chief of staff, Kate Pishotti, studied under Greg Fears at the Powell Center. She showed me a picture the other day in her karate outfit. We know the impact it can have on young people and the incredible ability for us to make more connections with our first responders and our kids. So we're excited about the future of this. We talked about this some time ago. We wanted to report out to the community on the progress we're making, the plans for the future, but also ask people to sign up to volunteer, be part of this movement to make our kids and our neighborhoods safer and to build relationships between our first responders and our neighborhoods. You can go to sign up at columbus.org to make it happen. Be happy to answer any questions about the announcement here today, but I'll also stick around because reporters know they can ask me about anything under the sun. But Luann, anything about today?
About how this program is going to be funded. It looks like you've targeted 5 rec centers for this to be spread out in, but what's the budget and what departments is it coming out of the police budget?
I'll let Director Reese speak to that. This is going to require funding. One of the things we've been looking at is whether these, are rescue plan dollars, general fund dollars, those will flow through Recreation and Parks to help coordinate and oversee it initially. And as we grow the program, we might have to identify additional resources to support it, because we really do want to grow this. We want to do it and do it right and have it be highly successful and impactful for kids and for our police officers and firefighters. So we want to get it right before we dramatically expand it. But Director Reese?
Thank you, sir. One of the things that we have, and that is we've looked at opportunities where we provide youth sports, and that is throughout the city. We provide youth sports at all of our centers. And so what we want to do is make sure we get it right, and that is pilot at 5 centers. However, we want to be geographically located throughout the city to make sure that we're meeting the needs of all youth throughout the city and making sure that they have an opportunity to participate in PAL. The funding itself is directly into the recreation budget, and so there's a number of things. It comes from grants, it comes from our foundation, as we have the Recreation Foundation, but there's opportunities for people to even learn more about that if they visit our website, and that's columbusrecparks.org. We've allocated specifically right around $300,000 currently. However, that does grow. That includes equipment, supplies, that's personnel, transportation. There's a number of things that come with that, training, curriculum. So there are different things that we have to look at. Something that I also want to keep in mind, as we have volunteers, all our volunteers go through background checks. That's a cost that we incur. So I want to make sure people understand that. Any other questions?
How will this be? What will the oversight of this be?
The oversight will be making sure that we're providing different opportunities for our young people, really. As you all know, I think it takes all of us, and it's not just fire, it's not just police, it's not just recreation and parks, but it takes this city as one unit to come together to make sure that we're providing opportunities for our young people to succeed in life. And I think that's really crucial for us.
Kids are you expecting to sign up, and if so, is there a limit to how many can be involved?
I tell you, at the 5 centers, when we talk about basketball, we're serving just within our basketball program approximately 2,000 children. And so when we think about those 2,000 children, we're talking about a center that may have approximately about 200 or more of young people. They vary in ages, and so we have young people from 6 ages all the way up to 18. And so when we talk about those 5, we're talking about approximately anywhere from 800 or more that we could impact just within the 5 centers. That does not have to do with any other centers that we provide sports in.
Question for Chief Potts, please.
Sure.
Hi there. Hi. Wondering about what you will allocate for officers to this program. Will there be full-time officers or strictly volunteer? And I know some people have expressed concern. You're already down a number of officers. Everyone's working hard. What do you want to say to the community about this program? Are you pulling officers off the street and not going to shootings? You know where I'm going.
So of course not.
Yes.
these officers that will be currently dealing with Police Athletic League are volunteering, and they're doing it because they do it anyway. They've been doing this in different avenues, already in the rec centers, already with different organizations, and so we just have an avenue through Parks and Rec and the police department with our header on it that allows them to do the same thing that they do day in and day out. They volunteer. That's what the officers here do. They do a tremendous job in access of just answering runs. They also understand the importance of community policing, a vision that Chief Bryan has shared since she arrived here in Columbus, and something that the mayor has supported. We now have a partner in Director Reese, and we definitely have a partner in Chief Happ. And so when people talk about the if and, why can't we do both? We can still protect the citizens, but also provide a service that doesn't entail doing police work. And so that's an important component that we often forget.
Touched on it briefly, but could you talk about those bonds that could form and potential for even recruiting and that sort of thing?
Absolutely. So when officers have a space to be just men and women and connect with these youth on a level that doesn't always occur in a uniform, these are things that are long lasting. As I said, Chief Bryan and I both had experiences with overseeing Detroit PAL, and I would tell you, we had officers come through the neighborhood who, as they rose up through PAL, at the age of 18, they decided to become police officers because they saw the impact and importance of community policing and getting to see officers outside of just law enforcement. And so for us, it's huge. It's a way for them to connect in a way that they can't connect going from police run to police run. Thank you.
Just one thing I'll close with is one of the plans and charges Director Reese has given the rest of our team is how do we think differently about engaging in programming for adolescents. You know, there tends to be a great deal of programming for kids in elementary, in grade school. By high school, there's a lot of school-based activities. But in those middle school years, when young people are so susceptible, and based on what we've seen in our community the last couple of years, the lack of opportunities, the lack of outlets, the lack of constructive things for kids in those middle school years, this is, you know, another strategy she and her team are using to help provide more programming for those pre-adolescents and adolescents to make sure they have positive, meaningful relationships with adults that care about them, but that they also are continuing to think about their future and have hope in what they're able to achieve right here in the city. So I think this is going to be another great strategy to reach what's been a difficult group to reach, not just here, but around the country, those middle schoolers. Thanks, everybody, for joining us. I'll ask folks to stick around if you have any follow-up one-on-one questions, but can't wait to see the first basketball game starting here soon. Take care, everybody.